everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to get straight on with today's tutorial. I'm going to put a split screen of today's look. So to start with, I'm going to go in with my beautiful finish brush by bareMinerals. This is gorgeous. It gets absolutely grubby when it's being used, but it washes up so nice. And I'm going to be using that with the bareMinerals Original Foundation. This one is Neutral Medium 15, which is a little bit dark or a little bit more yellow for me, even though it's neutral. So I'll be mixing it with a little bit of Medium Beige 12. So you only need a very light amount in the top of your pot. You put the brush in, give it a swirl. You want to do this for about 10 seconds to warm up the product. Tap off the excess product. Now the key with the bareMinerals Original Foundation is buffing. It is a powder to cream formula. So the more you work that in circular motions on the skin, it's going to warm it up and it's going to turn into more of a cream. So you're never going to be left with that powdery finish to your skin. A little amount goes a long way. And then you can reapply as much as you need to cover the face. You can apply a wash of colour as a sheer base, or you can really build it up to a full coverage. And we're talking more of a natural full coverage, not mask-like. But that lovely full coverage that you get where you can just about make out that you've got freckles coming through, but so that it covers all your imperfections and evens out your skin tone. This gives a luminous finish, but it's not like a dewy finish, but it is luminous, so you look radiant. It's lovely. So they do this in a matte version, and even though I'm oily, you would think that I would gravitate towards the matte version, but I'm just not as much of a fan of it because I really love the luminous glow that this one offers. The matte one for me feels a little bit chalky on the skin. I'm also going to take that over the eyes. You can kind of see the coverage that you get and how good it is at covering redness and evening out your skin tone, because this eye is the same shade as the rest of my face, whereas this eye's got a little bit of redness where the skin is slightly thinner. This one has the coverage and it's only one swipe, so it's really, really good. So as you can see, now I've done this eye, it looks a lot more even in its colour. Next up, I'm going in with Nude Sticks Nudies Matte in Terracotta Tan. This is just going to warm up the skin and make it look nice and sun-kissed. You can apply these directly to the skin and then buff it in with either your fingers or a brush, or you can do what I'm going to do and dust my brush over the top of the stick until you get a nice amount on the brush. You can then tap off the excess onto your hand if you only want a light layer of colour. So this is the area that the sun would hit, and even though it is a Nudies matte, it's matte in the respect that it doesn't have any shimmering particles in it. Because it's a cream product, it will give a natural kind of radiance. Lots of people do struggle with applying a powder style foundation and then cream products over the top, because technically it is a no-no that cream products and powder, or liquid and powder, don't really mix very well. It's fine if the liquid goes on underneath and then the powder goes over the top, but layered the other way around, it tends to break up the product underneath. I find with the bareMinerals, I don't tend to have that issue at all. I would definitely advise that when you're using a cream-based product over any form of powder, if you use a stipple motion, you're definitely going to get a better payoff and kind of even finish. So this is going to go everywhere the sun would naturally hit, so over the bridge of the nose, across the cheeks, up on the cheekbones, and we're also going to take it around the forehead. I'm now going to move on to eyebrows, and then I'm going to do my eyes as well, and then come back and finish the skin. So today I'm going to use my Brow Blade by Urban Decay. One side is an ink stain with a tiny little tip, and the other side has a pencil. Much better than the MAC Shape and Shade brow tint in terms of the tint side of it was fine, but the powder was like, I just never ever used it, not even once. I felt like one side of the pen was always a waste. The only thing I'd like to see maybe in this is if they did a tiny extension with a little spoolie on the end so you could brush it up, then it would be perfect. Here you can see my right eyebrow has already been filled in using the Cool Cookie shade from Urban Decay. So I'm just going to quickly show you how I fill in the left side. If you would like a more in-depth tutorial on how to do this, I will link it on screen for you now because I've already created one. I always like to start at the very base of my brow and flick the pen upwards. So we've got a few distinct hair-like strokes. They are going to be the main ones, and then I just flick the brow very lightly with the very tip to fill in between those main lines that we first created. This gives the brow the appearance of more texture because some of the lines are quite long and very distinctive and some are short and quite light. Then I like to move on to the top of the eyebrow and I change the direction of the hair strokes to mimic those of my natural brow hairs, and then I just fill in the tail of the eyebrow in the exact same manner. On the eyes, I'm taking a small amount of the same bronzer that we've already applied to the skin. This is the Terracotta Tan shade by Nude Sticks, and on a Tapered 228 brush by ZOEVA, I'm working that colour into the socket line and buffing it up to the eyebrow. Once you've done both eyelids, you should have something that looks like this, which actually gives off a really nice bronzy peach tone. This has to be my new favourite pigment. This one I've had for quite a while but I've just never got around to using it. It's by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's called Sand and it's referred to as a gold shade. But as you can see, it's definitely got a frosted pink finish, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm spraying my flat shader brush with a little bit of my MAC Fix Plus. This is going to create a more metallic finish to the pigment, but this is also going to give me a bit more of a sheer coverage. So this is going to be my base layer, and then I'm going to dip my finger directly into the pigment dry and then pat that over the top. This gives it more longevity. It also gives it a beautiful kind of frosted finish, and I absolutely love it. This sand colour was actually from Anastasia Beverly Hills summer collection in 2019. If it is still available, I will link it below for you. I've been waiting for so long for this to come back in stock and it's finally back on Beauty Bay. This is the Wet n Wild Megaliner in the brown shade. Now I didn't realise until I was editing that I actually hadn't recorded the first eyeliner look, and this was just me matching it up and I didn't realise I was recording. So annoyingly I've only got small clips of the actual eyeliner being done because obviously my mirror was in the way because I didn't think I was filming. I wasn't going to put the tutorial up purely because you can't really see what's going on. However, I have created this eyeliner look before. I've created quite a sharp winged liner. I've pulled it out pretty straight all the way across from the middle of the eye, and I've also created a feline flick on the inner corner and pulled it back towards the tear duct. Usually I like to use a separate brush to do this, but I wanted to show you how it was possible to do it directly from the tip of the actual eyeliner that I purchased, but unfortunately you couldn't see the full details of it and I am so sorry. Moving on, I am using my Louboutin mascara. This has only just come back in stock. It was sold out in the UK for a little while. If you watched my everyday makeup tutorial just recently, you'll see that my sister fell in love with this mascara straight away. It really is incredible. It is expensive, but I will link it below for you. To emphasise the wing shape with the lashes and give it more of a feline appearance, I'm using these half lashes by Eylure, and these are called the Cameo Faux Mink. As you can see, I'm using an applicator to apply this to the back half of the eyelashes, and then with the very tip of the eyelash on the outer corner, I'm lifting it up slightly and applying it just above the eyelash line so it sits on the skin rather than the eyelashes. This will create more of a lift to the outer corner of the eyes, and you won't see the seam because you've got dark eyeliner. Now, although this eyeliner looks like it's black, it's not. It's a very intense dark brown. I absolutely love the look of this eye makeup. It's just so pretty. So moving back onto skin, I'm going to take what I've been using a lot recently, which is the bareMinerals bareSkin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the shade medium and a little bit of light. And I'm just going to take this on the inner corners of the eyes. It's just to brighten up a little bit on this inner corner. You can get a little bit purpley in this area on most people. So it just lifts it ever so slightly. Also going to take that underneath the eyes, mainly in the area that dips, and then use what's left on the bristles just to work it upwards. So we've got a kind of fox eye going on, which is really pretty. A lot of the kind of fox eyes that's been trending a couple of months back would go all the way across, but I felt like I wanted to keep it a little bit fresher. So I've left eyeliner off at the bottom 2/3 of the inner waterline and underneath, and no mascara, just to keep it a bit more appropriate for daytime. However, feel completely free to adapt it however you see fit. I am normally somebody who would wear eyeliner if I was going out somewhere special, even if it was a daytime look, maybe a brown, but today I want to keep it fresh. You can also apply a lighter colour along the waterline, but I don't want it to be too stark in comparison to the brown and the lashes, so I'm just going to keep it natural. I'm going to throw a little curveball today and apply a little bit of colour to my lips. We've got quite a bronzy feel going on, but still fresh. So I kind of want to add a little bit something to my lips. I think it's because of what I'm wearing. It's placed it with a little bit of red on it. This one is called Rose Decadent by Mercier, and it is gorgeous. But I'm not going to use it straight from the bullet because I don't want it to be as intense as this. So I'm going to apply it using a brush for a softer finish. Just use a tiny amount on the bristles and just keep working it backwards and forwards. It'll add a subtle colour to your lips. And also it's less likely to wear away as quick. And that completes today's tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a softer one, it's a little bit more precise with the liner. So as always, thank you so much for watching. All the products I've used will be listed and linked in the description bar of the video. I do have a discount code for nude sticks in case you want to try the products if you've not used it yet. Definitely get Terracotta Tan. As you can see, it gives you a beautiful kind of sun-kissed glow, a bit of a dewy finish even though it is a matte product. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Please give the tutorial a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I will see you next week. Bye.